The Southwest ready to go. That is Texas out of Northwest Little League in San Antonio. Last game of pool play for them, taking on Pennsylvania. Two teams desperate for a win and desperate to advance. Pennsylvania fans all dressed up and ready to go. This is how it looks. They are both in Pool A. It's 2 games today for Pennsylvania, so they'll get 2 shots at it here against Texas and later tonight against Latin America. That is the team from Brazil. But for Texas, this is it. They have to win if they want a chance to advance. It won't guarantee anything until the game tonight with Pennsylvania and Brazil, but this is the scenario. Texas advances with a win, and if Brazil beats Pennsylvania tonight.
And on the other side of things, once again, this is a big-time moment for Pennsylvania, another moment where they must win as well. They're going to play 2 today, but this is a really big time for them. In order for them to win, they have to, A, win or win versus Brazil tonight. So one of these games, they must win in order to keep going.
If it's a win over Brazil but a loss to Texas, that would be scenario in which the total runs allowed would come into play. Right now, that is a scenario that does not favor Texas. So obviously, you never know what would happen. Brazil has a great offense. Texas would love to put up a big number against Pennsylvania here, but number one thing is that Texas has to win if they want an opportunity to move on. They have lost to Brazil, Delaware, and the Philippines so far. This is their lineup that Tony Puente sends to the plate. They'll try and get the offense going. Have only scored 5 total runs in the first 3 games.
And it's really Eva Loera at the top of their lineup. She's hitting .429. She's their spark plug. They're going to need to rely on her to get on base, run a little bit, and put herself in scoring position.
First pitch is outside to Eva Loera, and it is Nina Brewster back in the circle. Second start, third appearance. She has thrown 9 2/3 of their 12 1/3 on the week. Has struck out 7 over that span. Has not walked a lot, but has given up 10 earned runs. This is hit hard down the right field line, and Texas starts off with a base hit.
And that's exactly the start you need from Eva Loera. The leadoff, she gets this pitch on the outer half of the plate, lets it in deep, and then drives it opposite field. For Texas, you couldn't ask for a better start than that.
Passes the bat to Mia Mesa. He takes strike one, a second baseman for Texas. Mesa, a Mia Scott fan. Her dream job is to be a veterinarian. Pops this one up right off to the left of the plate, and there's a little bit of a miscommunication there, and that'll fall. Another chance for Mesa.
And it's just like you said, that's just communication between third and catcher, between Mahokey and O'Grady. Somebody needs to take charge of that ball and communicate. That way you don't get stuck in between.
This is to the left side, hops up. Nice job over there on that hop. It was almost like a bare hand for Mahokey at third.
And a good recovery too, especially just letting that foul ball drop. Sometimes those come back to bite you, but Mahokey does a good job of staying down on that ball and getting the lead runner out at second.
Here's the 3-hole, Ellie Cuellar. Takes ball 1, runner goes, and a high throw. Nice job to back that up by Kosinski at second. It's a stolen base for Mesa.
And that's just a really well timed up steal by Mesa. She gets a great jump off that, and really no chance for O'Grady behind the plate.
Ground ball left side, knocked down by Beebe. The runner is safe, and that's going to allow Mesa to get to third. Cuellar now on first.
And the big thing in this play for Beebe is to not waste that extra throw. The bobble is one thing, but then because she makes that extra throw, it allows Mesa to get from second to third, and now they're in a really tough first and third situation.
Runner will go. Texas being aggressive on the base paths early. 2 in scoring position for the cleanup spot. Maddie Puente, whose dad Tony is the manager of this team. He played Little League back in the day as well. Drives this to deep center field, and it is caught just in front of the warning track. It'll be a sacrifice fly to put Texas on the board first.
And that's just textbook softball of doing your job, taking advantage of the Pennsylvania miscue earlier in the inning. Puente gets a pitch up and in her wheelhouse and drives it deep enough to not only score the run, but move the runner from second over to third as well.
Maddie Sanchez, the center fielder for Texas, next up. She is a CeeDee Lamb and Isa Torres fan. And I wonder if she was already an Isa Torres fan, or if she was like, hey, I know all about what Isa can do, and then she transferred to Texas, so a little closer to home. Most people are Isa Torres fans.
I was about to say, who isn't?
Fouls that straight back. 1-2 count to Sanchez.
And you can see her being very aggressive early, and this is just the type of hitter that she is. When talking to their coaches, they say she can get her barrel to anything, so she is extremely aggressive at the plate.
Popped up, and that will get out of play. Sanchez's dream job is to be an aeronautical engineer. Do you know what that is? I had to look it up.
Build.
Okay, that's a good start.
Build planes?
I feel like you looked at my notes.
No, I legit. I'm smarter than I
Very
look.
nicely done. Design, test, build planes, helicopters, anything that flies, essentially.
Nailed it.
Well done.
I was unsure.
In your defense, I Googled it immediately. Another 1-2 pitch from Brewster. Sanchez not going down easy here.
That's a great example of her ability to hit anything. That pitch was not only at her eyes, but also in the other batter's box. But once again, this is just how she's comfortable as a hitter. She's very aggressive, will swing at almost anything, and yet she still gets bat on ball.
Another one fouled that one off of her foot, it looked like. Runner 60 feet from home, but 2 outs. Taps another one foul. It's wasting pitch after pitch.
And what could have been a few balls in this at bat, Sanchez decides that she wants to get a little bit of a piece of it. She wants to feel what it's like to get her timing through a swing.
In the air, shallow left field's a long run, and it's gonna fall between 3 Navy jerseys. Sanchez hustles into second. That should go down as a double.
And once again, it's communication. This is a flared ball between Seeley, Jordan, and BB, the shortstop, and just somebody has to take charge. And that's a really hard play for BB, the shortstop, going backwards. Normally that would be an outfielder's catch.
Inside To the 6th spot, Gloria Emiliano in the DP position this game. She's a Reese Atwood and Katie Stewart fan, so Texas Longhorns all the way. Lifts this, another one, shallow center field, and that's gonna fall. Almost an identical play. Another run comes across. Texas up 3-0 in the top of the first.
And I can't exaggerate enough how important communication is, especially when the sun is this bad with those high fly balls. We saw it all yesterday. The sun is brutal. So you're gonna see BB trying to go back, and then you can tell she takes her eyes off the ball because I don't think she can see.
It's a spinner back to Brewster, who fields it cleanly and makes the play to get out of the inning and retire Emma Trevino. 3-0, perfect start in this one for Texas, and most runs they've scored in a game this week. Here is the Pennsylvania manager, Jamie Jordan. Her daughter is Jocelyn, who leads off and plays center field for this Pennsylvania team. Also coached her older daughter, Jaden, to the East Regional Finals. 14 years of volunteer service to the Little League program. This team out of Conneaut Lake, Pennsylvania, representatives of the East Region, and need to win one of the next 2 games if they want to advance to tomorrow's elimination rounds. This is how they line things up. 2 lefties in this order, but 6 righties in a row after Jordan.
And Kaczynski at the bottom there, she's hitting 500 this tournament, so that's going to be a huge portion for her to be able to turn the lineup over, get back to the top, provide a little bit of spark there at the bottom.
Victoria Zavala is the pitcher for Texas. She is a Jude Bellingham and Tegan Cavan fan. Love to channel her inner Tegan Cavan right here.
And she's very, very good at locating. She's not much of a spinny pitcher, but it's her placement. She'll work a fastball, a drop, a screw, and a change just to change eye levels, but it's really just where she's able to place the ball. Low walk rate for her.
Zavala goes by Tori. She is the prankster of the team, according to their manager, Tony Puente. Zavala against Jordan to start things off. Watches ball one outside. Jocelyn Jordan 1 for 6 this week, but the hit was a double. She has also walked once and has not struck out. Everything in play. Here is hit number 2 to lead off the game for Jordan. She is going to stretch this, so it wasn't fielded cleanly in center to second base.
I love the aggressive base running here. This is, number one, a great swing in the leadoff position, but then as she rounds, she notices that Sanchez in center field is taking her time to get that ball, and she takes advantage, uses her speed, and gets herself in scoring position.
First pitch high to Josie Mahokey, the third baseman. A nice response after that pop-up dropped between her and the catcher O'Grady. Fielded the next ball and got the force out at second base. She is ahead 2-0 in the count. Mahokey 3 for 6 on the week. All 3 singles, has driven in a run and has walked once. Another one who has put just about everything in play, just 1 strikeout on the week. And rips this, caught at second base. The throw is gonna go into right field. Jordan's gonna get to advance to third, and Texas needs to get this ball in. Nice grab at shortstop by Trevino.
And I think the real problem here is just how hard Trevino is going to try to throw this back to Mesa. The overhand throw, she's really close. Just take a little bit off that and it may be easier to handle for Mesa at second base.
Ball 1 outside to Riley Beebe, the shortstop. 2 for 6 on the week with a walk and no strikeouts. Through the left side off the glove of Cuellar. It's going to be a base hit into left field and an RBI for Beebe.
And this was hit really hard off the bat of Beebe. She just gets her hands inside. She stays so tight with that back elbow, and that allows her to get that ball out in front, drive it through the 5-6 hole, and that's going to score a run.
Nina Brewster can help her own cause here. Still just 1 out in the inning. The runner Beebe on first base. Swinging first pitch, picked up by Cuellar at third, trying to turn 2, not in time. There's 2 away.
Solid play there by Cuellar, recognizing that slow roller is already taking her to the left side of the field, so the easiest play is to continue and make that throw to second base.
Zavala can limit it to just 1 run. She can retire Kara Dugan. Looking for her first hit of the week, has walked once. Takes the first pitch low for ball 1. Favorite player is Jenny Finch. It's bounced in, and that's going to allow Brewster to get into scoring position for the team's RBI leader this year. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
Really good changeup here. You can see it just rotating out of the hand. It's really the first time we've seen her go to that pitch. Really great spot. I might go back to back.
Just high.
And they tried to, just a little bit high.
That is in there for strike 2. The 3-2 pitch coming from Tori Zavala. Runners on first and second with 2 away.
Good at bat there by Dugan, just being able to extend the inning, especially down by 2 early, just trying to put more runners on base.
Bounced in, Loera keeps it in front. Abby Bender at the plate. Strike one.
I really love that pitch. It's got so much down movement, but it comes higher in the zone out of the hand. So when your eyes decide to swing, you think you need to have a flat barrel, but then it drops off the table.
Bender to left field, carrying. It's going to land at the warning track. 1 run scores, a second one coming around, and she will score as well. We're tied at 3.
And her coaches call her Abigail Sender Bender. And I'm sure it's for that reason. That ball was smoked. She made a phenomenal adjustment. She saw the pitch before, which is almost exactly like this. Gets her barrel down there, gets behind the ball, drives it over the head of Nuncio in left field. And we're all tied up.
Strike one to the catcher, Molly O'Grady. From Linesville, Pennsylvania, hit her first ever home run back in May, just heading into the 8th grade this fall.
I do want to go back and mention Kara Dugan's walk is so important now looking back. I sometimes as a batter, it's a walk and you're disappointed almost that you didn't get to hit, but just being on base allowed Bender to tie this game up. That is a huge at bat for them.
Out in front of that pitch, but it gets away and the inning might continue. They do record the out just in time over at first base. It'll be a strikeout for Zavala, but we are tied at 3 apiece after inning number 1. A must-win game for Texas. Pennsylvania feeling the same way, although they'll play 2 this evening.
In the bottom of the first inning.
Pennsylvania responds 3-3 with Texas as we go to the second inning. That is Texas manager Tony Puente, 11 years of volunteer service to Little League. Actually coached 4 teams one year when all the kiddos were overlapping.
That's a lot of work and dedication to softball.
8-9-1 lead off the inning for Texas. Amaya Nuncio, the left fielder, first. Fouled that back for strike one. I was surprised for this team out of San Antonio, Texas. I did not see Victor Wembanyama on the favorite athlete page, but I did see a couple Kobe Bryants. This is one of them. Nuncio put down Kobe and Mia Scott, but she is a Spurs fan. No Dylan Harper, no Victor Wembanyama. San Antonio Spurs, right?
Right.
I take it you don't watch a lot of the NBA or any sports.
Listen, I watch softball.
Yeah, that's right.
I am the softball analyst. I said that before this week.
Victor Wembanyama, like the alien, he's 7'6", 7'5", from France. All right, we'll get you there. One-two count to Nuncio. Another foul ball. Nuncio, also a basketball player, said she wants to do some boxing, too.
If you keep quizzing me up here, we may have some boxing in the booth.
Ball three. In my defense, I didn't ask you originally about that one. You were just looking at me with a puzzled look.
For some context, he has been quizzing me all week on different favorite players, a lot of them soccer. And unfortunately, I do mostly just watch softball.
As I'm learning. Swinging at the first pitch, Gianna Amadis, the right fielder for Texas, 16 years old. Nickname is Super G. Looked like some of her family was here in our scene set to open the show. Drives this out to right field, and that's going to get over the head of the right fielder into the wall. Extra bases for Amadis. Texas will send the runner, the play at the plate. She is out. A great relay from Harrington and Kaczynski.
You gotta love the hustle by Harrington. This ball is smoked by Amadis over the head of Harrington, but she sticks with it, makes a great throw to her cutoff, Kaczynski, who then makes a great throw to O'Grady, who completes it with a great tag. Name something better than that on defense, and that's why you work on cuts and relays so much. That was perfect.
Tony Puente wants to talk things over and maybe challenge this play at the plate. We'll see. And he will challenge this play at the plate, so we'll have to take another look at it. Nuncio called out on the field. This is the go-ahead run. It's a double for Amadis, who put a charge into that to right field. You are allowed 2 unsuccessful challenges. So you get them right, you get to keep going until you have gotten 2 incorrect in regulation.
Once again, a great throw by Kaczynski. Now looking, does the tag get her on the back before she dives in? Take another look here. That is so close. I think because Molly O'Grady, the tag was a little bit high. Instead of going straight down, she swiped almost over the top. Man, really close, but I think, now once again, I have been wrong this week, but I do think she manages to get a little bit of the upper back before she reaches home plate.
And the call on the field is out, which obviously favors Pennsylvania in this scenario. Obviously missing there.
That is 50-50. That is a really hard play to judge. It makes me glad I'm up here and not the one making that decision.
This would be out number 1 in the inning for Pennsylvania, and it is going to turn things over to the top of the order. Still going to be a runner in scoring position regardless of the result of this call. Pennsylvania playing in game 1 of 2. They'll play Brazil. That game set for 8 Eastern, likely to be after that time. And I think we are about to get word. What is the call on this play? Safe at home. Successful challenge for Tony Puente. It's an RBI for Amadis.
And I really do think it's because of that tag by Molly O'Grady, kind of swiping over the top. A good rule of thumb is always go straight down. No matter what, the runner has to get to that bag, and they have to do it by using the ground, so take your glove straight down. Either way, Gianna Amadis coming in clutch to put Texas ahead by 1.
Tony Puente was fired up about that challenge too. And Jamie Jordan, I think, asking the home plate or one of our umpires something about that last play. I'm going to call over one of the other umpires to join this conversation. We are ready to play. Runner on, or are we? Asking about the explanation of why she was called safe, I think, when this is hearing this from a distance. So nobody out, runner on second, and we are back to the top of the Texas order, top of the second here in game 2 of 3. As ball one a little high from Brewster, second time seeing Ava Loera at the plate, who singled and then was thrown out on a fielder's choice moments later. Loera, one of their best utility players on the team. We've seen her at behind the plate catching in this game. Up the middle, base hit. And they will hold the runner at third base, and a smart play by Jordan in center not to throw that in. Keep the runner Loera at first.
And I also think the decision to not send Amadis is the right call as well. After seeing the relay that Pennsylvania just put on, they are good at that. Better to be safe than sorry in that situation.
Outside to Mia Mesa. Texas will take second. 2 in scoring position. Ball 2. Taking that pitch for strike 1. Mia Mesa, second person this week who we've seen put down. Her special talent is making goat sounds, and then she also added in bird chirping noises, but I feel like this is a thing with the goat sounds.
What are the odds? 2 players out of this whole tournament that both can make goat noises. We should have a goat noise challenge between the 2 of them.
What would you have put down for your special talent?
Special talent. I can juggle.
That was mine. That was going to be mine, yeah. No instruments, anything like that?
I can eat a lot of sushi in one sitting. Is that a talent?
Yeah, definitely. Mesa fights off another pitch. Reached on a fielder's choice, stole a base, and scored the first run of this game. "14 years old. This is a young team overall for Texas, a scrappy team as described by this coaching staff. Say they tend to be smaller than their opponents, but it has not discouraged them. So they didn't really get challenged until the sectional tournament. Their first loss of the year came there, but bounced back immediately. Made it through the Southwest Region tournament in Broussard, Louisiana. That is a walk to load the bases.
And you can tell they're not easily shaken, this Texas team. They're built to be scrappy. They're built to be resilient. And now they're starting to battle back, too.
Strike 1 to the 3-hole, Ellie Cuellar. She had the game-winning walk-off hit in the region championship to get them to this point. Tony Puente says she's one of the hardest workers on the team. Drives this to left center field. That's going to get down in the gap. They might try and clear the bases. They will. Here comes the third runner around, and she will score. A 3 RBI double for Ellie Cuellar.
And you can hear just how excited this Texas team is for Cuellar. This is a huge, huge at-bat. Broke this game wide open. Look at this swing, no stride, picks her heel up, puts it right back down, and drives this ball, gets a little bit backspin, and it carries all the way to the wall, clears the bases, and Texas, pretty comfortable lead here.
Pennsylvania wants to talk things over. Texas feeling good early in this game. They had scored a combined 5 runs in their first 3 games, 2 against Brazil, 2 against Delaware, 1 against the Philippines. 7 in the first, really 1+ inning. There's not an out in this inning yet. Well, the manager's daughter, Maddie Puente. Is ball 1 up and away. Her dad, Tony, said incredible artistic ability that she has. She can draw, paint, sculpt, regularly gives back to the San Antonio community through volunteering. That includes running a free face painting booth at the annual Trunk or Treat event. Drives this to left field. That's going to get down and go to the wall. Extra bases for Puente and another run for Texas.
Back-to-back smoked balls for Texas. This time it's Puente staying super short and sweet with this swing. long through the ball, drives it. This ball was hit maybe the hardest we have seen all day. What a swing by Puente.
Dad's loving it. This team has seen the first 6 in this inning reach base. Walk, double, single, walk, double, double. This is in the air to shallow right. It's a tough spot, but it's caught by second baseman. It's gonna be a double play. Puente got caught off. It was a nice catch by Kosinski, and that's a very important double play.
That's a huge, huge out for Pennsylvania to try to limit the damage here. And just a bit of a mental miscue on the bases by Puente. Kosinski sticking with this over-the-shoulder basket catch and then recognizing that Puente is just too far off the bag.
Ball is fouled off by Gloria Emiliano. They call her Glow, and Tony Puente says she has the biggest personality on the team. Off the end of the bat to Mahokey, who takes care of it. Pennsylvania, nice little turn there, those last 2 batters to end the inning, but it is a 5-run second inning for Texas out in front of Pennsylvania.
Second inning, 5 runs on 4 hits.
We are on Layton Field with Texas and Pennsylvania. On Lions Field, it's Michigan and Czechia currently playing. Michigan, the winners of this event last year, up 10-0 on a pretty good Czechia team.
I was really impressed with Czechia's pitcher from yesterday, but the bats for Michigan, they are incredible. So much power. We've seen multiple home runs off their bats. They are, at this point in time, in my eyes, the team to beat.
They are at the plate right now with 2 outs and a runner on third. Bottom of the 3rd inning over there. Bottom of the 2nd inning right here. In there for strike 1 to Nia Harrington. In the shallow right field, that's going to fall for a base hit. Harrington starts off the 2nd with a single. That's the other goat noises.
The second that came up, I noticed that is the other girl that makes goat noises. She doesn't need to right here, though. She goes down to get this ball, drops her bat head, and drops it in. And this is exactly the rally starter you need if you're Pennsylvania.
Ali Kosinski Part of that double play Pennsylvania turned to really flip that last half inning. Texas obviously got 5, but could have been worse without that double play. This gets away. Nia Harrington up to second. Took a long look at third. And Maddie Sanchez had kind of snuck in from center.
That's actually a smart turn, though, because she recognized there was nobody at second base, so she easily gets the steal, sees that nobody's covering, so why not take a big lead? She notices Sanchez coming back in, then she goes back. She is really pressuring them on the bases right now, taking humongous leads. That's why you just saw Loetta having to throw to Trevino at shortstop, trying to keep her honest over there.
To the shortstop. Handled, and the throw to first in time. Runner trying to advance, and she will. Kosinski retired on her way to first. There's a nice job by Trevino at shortstop to handle that hop.
Really good job staying down on that hop. And then the turn just not in time with the speed of Harrington. We just saw she's willing to create chaos on the base pass, and she does it right there.
Now the top of the order, center field is Jocelyn Jordan.
Jocelyn Jordan trying to give Pennsylvania their 4th run of the game with that run standing 60 feet from home. Drives this to center, and it's tails away from the center fielder Sanchez. Jordan around second, headed for third, and she will stop right there. Pennsylvania answering with a run of their own in the second.
Huge swing off the bat of Jocelyn Jordan. She's one of their team leaders, and she steps up in this moment, chipping away at this Texas lead. Gets her front foot down. This ball is left belt high, and she attacks, and because she's a lefty, it has some of that tail spin to it. It's gonna tail to the left off of her bat. Sanchez just unable to hang in there, and now Jocelyn Jordan, stand-up triple.
They're going to make a change in the field here.
Changes in the field for Southwest. Dyson Sanchez now playing right field. Nia Nuncio playing center field.
They're just rotating their defense around here. I think Sanchez is going to go over to right field. Amaya Nuncio will move from left to center. And I believe Gianna Amadis has gone from right to left. Musical outfielders.
And I'm wondering, too, we talked about how gnarly the sun is at this time of day. I'm wondering if they have outfielders that are better at dealing with the sun than others.
Check the runner at third, but nothing doing over there. One count, 1 out, runner on third base. Floats outside for ball 2. Josie Mahokey is the batter in the 2-hole. Lined out to the shortstop. Trevino made a nice grab back in the first inning. In the air, shallow left, so the new left fielder who moved from right to left makes the catch. The throw in goes to third, and the runner will score.
That is really smart base running by Jocelyn Jordan. This ball off the bat of Mahokey is not hit deep, but watch Jordan. She takes a few steps off, recognizes the throw. It's not going to home. It's going behind her to third base, and she knows she has enough time to score.
is skied to left field. Hangs up there forever, but the catch is made by Amadis to retire BB. 2 runs back for Pennsylvania. We have 13 combined runs in the first 2 innings of this game.
Toward the east in the bottom. Coming up to bat is shortstop.
The snow cones have been a bit tough to find for us. I was in line earlier. I was going to get a snow cones alley, but the timing didn't quite work out before the start of this game. I'm sorry.
Well, we've tried the ice cream from the ice cream truck already, and they showed us the snow cones yesterday, and they had sour candy strips on the top. That will be calling my name at some point during this week.
Yeah, definitely going to have to see what that's about. Off the handle and floating to third base. The catch is made by Mahokey, 1 out. Oh my gosh, there it is.
There it is. That might be the best looking thing I've ever seen.
I need cherry. I just want a straight up cherry.
Cherry sour strips, perfection.
Yeah. It's really tough when that comes on the screen. There's another one popped up on the infield. And 2 quick outs here for Nina Brewster. Pennsylvania looking for a turning point. Had a couple runs back, made this a 3-run game, and now hunting for the quickest inning in this game.
And it's felt like a ton of offense, but it's still so early in this game. There's a ton of time for Pennsylvania to continue to chip away. And on the same side of things, there's still a ton of time for Texas, even if they go 1, 2, 3.
Amadis underneath that, had an RBI double, went opposite field last time up, all the way to the right field wall. Amadis' favorite athlete is Sydney McLaughlin, an Olympic sprinter and hurdler. Feels like it wouldn't be the Olympics without watching Sydney McLaughlin on the track. 0-2, swing and a miss, squeeze behind the plate. 1, 2, 3 in rapid fire for Nina Brewster. We are going to the bottom of the 3rd between Texas and Pennsylvania.
what it would cost to go to a major league ball game. Sit down and pop it. Thank you.
Let's take you next door, Joel and Riley calling Michigan against Czechia. It is all Michigan right now, bottom of the third with 2 outs still in that inning. Actually, that was the last time we saw them. They were in the bottom of the third. We have caught them in this game. Michigan looks like they are so dangerous.
They have a bunch of players committed to playing college. And they're just really experienced. They're one of the older teams. They've been here before. They won it last year, so they know what it takes. And you can just feel that confidence coming off of them, especially in the batter's box.
We are beginning the bottom of the third here, so Michigan closing in on an early victory. If Czechia can't get on the board soon, the run rules are 15 after 4 and 10 after 5. Czechia's one loss came to South Carolina, a game they led going to the 6th inning, going to the bottom of the 6th inning, and gave up 3 runs, some defensive miscues that haunted them, which was kind of shocking once we saw Czechia play because they were so solid all around.
They're a great team, and I really liked the arm that they had in the circle as well. A lot of spin, a lot of movement on her ball. So honestly, the score is shocking to me. I expected it to be a lot closer of a game.
Popped up, and that'll get out of play. We talked about this the other day with the Czechia pitcher. You're kind of seeing it here too. It is a different motion for these European pitchers, it seems like.
A lot of times you'll see the international pitchers have what looks like to us an interesting windup to them. They hop a little bit more, that front leg comes up higher. A lot of the times they'll bend their throwing arm to get more of an oval shape in their windup. Instead of a true circle, they go more oval to get more whip. Very interesting, but it's almost like you're watching fast pitch, softball men's fast pitch, how they kind of jump out and get their arm really low and down. It's a good way to create a bunch of spin on the ball, though.
Sammy Wright up in that game. In our game, Pennsylvania has Nina Brewster leading things off. 4-5-6 in the inning. Brewster another foul ball. In a 2-2 count. Michigan with a win will secure first place in Pool B. Delaware has already wrapped up first place in Pool A with the Philippines in the 2nd spot there. We will see Brazil tonight against Pennsylvania. Ground ball left side, low throw, but picked up by Puente from Ellie Cuellar. There's 1 out.
Really good job there by Puente at first base, making that stretch and snag, kind of bailing out her teammate.
And it looks like Sammy Wright just grounded out to end the 3rd inning next door. So Michigan up 13-0 on Czechia through 3 innings. Ball low to start off the at-bat for Kara Dugan, who walked and scored back in the 1st. Some spin on it to get back in the strike zone for strike 1.
Already this 3rd inning has felt almost like 2 completely different teams we're seeing out here. Offense has quieted down a little bit. The defense and pitching stepping up for both sides. And another quick out. What felt like earlier a completely offensive game has now flipped. And now the pitching starting to step up.
An out away from back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings. Abby Bender doubled, though, the last time she came to the plate. Drove in 2 runs on that double. favorite baseball player, Paul Skeens. Pennsylvania, of course. Pittsburgh Pirate. Another one right side and caught at second base. Mia Mesa denying Bender of a base hit, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Texas.
What a snag by Mia Mesa. Going back on this ball, recognizes it, takes the drop step and sells out for a great catch for Texas.
Find Little League on Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at the official handles at Little League. And don't forget to use hashtag LLWS. We are at the Senior League Softball World Series here in Frankfort, Delaware. The Lower Sussex Little League Complex. Great people here. Over 100 volunteers help put this event on. We have had a blast so far this week on day 4 of this event. Still 3 more days to go. Quarterfinals tomorrow, the single elimination setup, and then semifinals on Saturday and the championship game on Sunday. Top of the order for Texas in the 4th inning. Ava Loera leads off the inning and turns away from that. And they're going to say it hit her, so she will take first.
Let's take a look. It's going to come up and in. Looks like it does skim her right on the shoulder there as she's trying to turn out of the way, which is the right thing to do. If you're in the batter's box and you have something coming in at you, especially towards your head or your chest, you want to roll, turn towards the backstop, protect all your vital organs.
Pennsylvania might challenge this. Jamie Jordan came out. Conversation with the home plate umpire. Texas scored 3 in the first inning, 5 in the second, and then went down in order 1, 2, 3 in the third. We'll keep an eye on this too. This might just be an umpire review, so it is a big difference because it's just an umpire review. There is no risk to Jamie Jordan as far as a challenge.
And this one was really close. You could kind of see her jersey move a little bit as she was rolling to get out of the way. All right, let's take a look here. You're going to see her start to turn. But right about there, as it goes, does it get part of her arm? Looks like maybe some of her jersey moves as it comes across, and to me that's an indicator of ball. You can see her jersey flare out as the ball's passing.
I agree. I think you can see the jersey, and I also think that's probably why Loera did not initially go to first. She might not really have felt it diving away like that. It was small, but I think it got her jersey.
That angle for sure looks like jersey's moving, especially right on the shoulder.
It's interesting too. I think her momentum turning away actually popped her jersey off her arm a little bit.
Gave her a little help?
It did. It looked like that's what the part of it that got hit. That second angle, it made it look like her sleeve kind of came up and caught the ball for her. And even more reason why she probably just didn't really feel that. It's a good way to get hit.
Yeah, not the ones that just absolutely smoke you right in the right in the muzzle.
I think we are about to get word. This was a manager's challenge, by the way. It did end up being a manager's challenge for Jamie Jordan. And it did hit the batter, so an unsuccessful challenge at that. To Jamie Jordan's credit, it was a pretty good eye that it did not get any skin or anything like that, but just a little jersey.
Well, and the usual indicator is, does the batter automatically take off towards first base? Most of the time, you don't make it up if you think it hit you, but she didn't immediately take off to first base, and it was really close. Just got a piece of her jersey.
Leadoff runner aboard here in the fourth. Mia Mesa swings at the first pitch. She has reached both times, once on a fielder's choice, once on a walk, but she has scored both times as well. That was their first lost challenge for Pennsylvania, so Jamie Jordan's still good as long as she doesn't get another one unsuccessfully. Chance for two here. Beebe's got a big arm, but not in time to get Mesa one away.
That was a really smooth turn up the middle there between Kaczynski and Beebe. If the ball was just hit a little bit harder off the bat of Mesa, may have given them some extra time to make that turn. Look at the stretch, almost milliseconds away from that being a double play.
Ellie Cuellar at the plate. Cleared the bases with a double in the second inning. New York Yankees fan. This is over to Beebe. Thought about the throw to first, but decides to hold it, and there's two outs.
Really good job defensively by Pennsylvania, being able to bounce back after that hit by pitch, make two really good plays back to back. This is off the very end of the back of Cuellar. You can see Beebe thinking about making that throw, but a smart decision just to hold on to that one.
Nice job to reach up and grab that by Molly O'Grady. Maddie Puente is the batter. Her favorite athlete is Oscar Piastri, who is the F1 driver for the McLaren racing team. Flies this out to left. That's going to land in left field. The runner will hold at third, and Puente is up to second. Her dream job is to work in motorsports.
I mean, she was motoring around the bases right there. on second base. A lot of times, if you hit a pop-up, you'll see runners just jog it out, but she hits this ball and then she just takes off immediately, knowing that there's always a chance, doesn't even stop. And Brewster out in left field struggling to maintain that ball.
Ball one high to Maddie Sanchez. She's got a double to her name as well. It's been extra base hit after extra base hit for Texas in this one. They had a double in the first and then 3 doubles in the second inning. It's 2 outs for Nina Brewster. She can get out of this unscathed for the second consecutive inning. 1-2 is the count.
Really good job with that rise ball, going up and out of the zone, challenging Sanchez.
Just inside. Pretty good spot from Brewster, though. Very competitive miss.
And especially in this count, once again challenging her on the inner half of the plate. You can see just missed, maybe a few inches inside, but still a great pitch.
Got her that time. Strike 3, the second strikeout for Nina Brewster, and the second consecutive scoreless inning for Pennsylvania, who is very much in this game, down just 8-5, and they are coming up in the bottom of the 4th. Bases loaded, bottom of the 4th, nobody out, and Michigan just needs 2 runs to end this game. Harper Lowe is at the plate in a full count situation. Really somewhat of a shocking scoreline, just based more on what we know about Czechia. We know Michigan's really good, but Czechia is a very talented team.
And the power numbers for Michigan are what really stand out to me. It's almost like every game they're putting up huge numbers offensively. And it's not just with singles, it's with the long ball as well.
Another 3-2 on the way to Lowe as we are underway in the bottom of the 4th inning on our field as well. It is out to center field, likely deep enough to score a run, and it is. So Michigan 1 run away from a run rule victory over Czechia. Molly O'Grady, Nia Harrington, and Allie Kosinski lead off the 4th inning for Pennsylvania. Retired in order by Tori Zavala last inning. Ground ball left side, and it's going to get into left field. It might have just been deflected by Cuellar to throw Trevino off.
I think that's exactly what happened. Cuellar moving to her left, and this is a pretty hard hit ball. Gets a tiny piece of it, and that causes an interesting hop for Trevino at shortstop to handle.
Leadoff on for the third time in 4 innings for Pennsylvania. Trying to move the runner over, foul ball. Looked like O'Grady was running on the play.
Sometimes they'll run what's called a bunt and run. It's like a hit and run, but the bunt version, so you are going automatically on the pitch.
Waits on the off speed. Another hit and run there. Maya Harrington fouls it off, and now in an 0-2 count. Czechia needs a strikeout on the other field to try and get out of that inning. Elena Trotter's at the plate for Michigan. That is ball 1, and now O'Grady is up to second with a stolen base.
And for Harrington, the batter, that has to be a bit of a relief too, knowing that you didn't execute the bunt and run or the hit and run, but now that runner's already moved up, so you can just freely hit.
Throw to third just to make sure O'Grady stays put, and she does. Up and out of play again. Good battle here. Michigan on the other field. That's going to be a foul ball just wide of the right field line.
And for Michigan over there, if Czechia would have caught that, that would have been an opportunity to tag and score. So Czechia lucky there that their right fielder didn't end up catching that.
Low, ball 2.
Pennsylvania base runners are extremely aggressive. They force the Texas catcher, Loera, to always be on her toes to make extra throws that are normally unnecessary.
In the dirt, it's a walk. And now O'Grady between the bases, and Loera just runs her back to second.
Loera with a very smart decision there. You can tell that O'Grady is baiting her to throw, especially behind her. She wants her to throw behind so that she can advance to third base.
Another 1-2 pitch coming from Czechia. A ground ball. The throw coming home is not in time, and Michigan is going to win it in 4. So they are the top team in Pool B. Still a lot to be decided, mainly for these two teams right here, Pennsylvania and Texas, possibly Brazil drug into the mix a little bit, depending on the result of this. If Texas wins, then that game more important tonight for Brazil. Not to mention just seeding in general. We also have to give a little shout out to our timeout coordinator, Mike Wyatt. His wife actually brought us up snow cones during that last inning. Let's talk about the great people here. That's a couple of them. Maybe went to the top of our list actually with that move.
Especially, we got the ones with the sour candies on the top, so my life is made.
Out to shallow center, just out of the glove of the shortstop. Can get a force out at third. Low throw is scooped up by Cuellar. I'm not sure what the conversation is. He originally called out, but now he's saying safe. I thought the original call was out.
The original call was out, but I don't think, from what I'm hearing with chatter on the field, I don't think Cuellar's foot was on the bag. That's what they're arguing, but it is interesting that he originally called out and then changed his mind there. I mean, to me, her foot's clearly on the bag.
And they actually are going to change this, which is the correct call in the end.
Absolutely, that's the correct call. Her foot was on the bag. She scooped up that throw.
Still a great spot for Pennsylvania. There's one out in the inning. There are two on. The tying run at the plate, and it's their leadoff hitter, Jocelyn Jordan, who has a double and an RBI triple in this game. Jamie Jordan's daughter, the manager. Up and in, ball one.
You can just see the chaos on the bases right there. Instead of just taking a lead and coming right back, you can see Nia Harrington on second base just kind of playing around, jumping back and forth, trying to draw a throw from Ava Loretta.
In the air, shallow left field, and that's going to drop, and I think the sun was a factor there. Pennsylvania going to send one runner home and score. That is Harrington coming across.
We've talked about the sun a bunch. It is brutal out here. This ball just hung up. Not sure if Amadiz was fully committed to going and getting that ball. Maybe thought Trevino was going to come in, but either way, that scores a run.
Inside ball one to Josie Mahokey. Sacrifice fly, her last trip to the plate. It's a fly ball to left field. I actually think left field, well, that almost seems like the toughest spot in the outfield right now. 2-0 is the count for Mahokey.
And they had originally made some defensive changes in the outfield as well. Amadiz was, she started in right field and then moved to left, and the sun almost followed her over there.
Spins that in there for strike two. Tying run on first base for Pennsylvania. Slow roller on the third baseline that will get foul.
That was that off speed there for Zavala. Just trying to mix speeds. In this inning, nobody from the Pennsylvania lineup has really squared up any of these balls yet, but they're just placed perfectly between where the sun is and blooped over where people are having a hard time making plays.
This is another one. Spun out in front. Zavala makes the play. Both runners advance, but there are two outs. Runner at third. I'm messing with him, Kaczynski. It was just interesting because the base had come off third base, so I was wondering if they went over there Did she go back to the base?
I was just about to ask you, theoretically, if they make a play and they throw the ball, where do you go as a base runner?
Now here's shortstop Riley Beebe.
My gut says you go to where the base used to have been.
Ripped by Beebe. It's just off the glove of Cuellar. 2 runs going to come around to score, and we are tied at 8. Riley Beebe smoked that ball.
We were just talking about how many miss-hit balls this inning, but Riley Beebe says, no way. And that's actually the play before with Josie Mahokey. You can see third base going somewhere, but here's Riley Beebe finally smoking that ball just past the glove of Cuellar to tie up this ball game.
That one goes to the backstop, and Beebe is up to third now. That is the go-ahead run here in the 4th. 16 combined runs for these 2 teams in this game. Have not been offensive teams in their first couple games of pool play. It's a 2-0 count now.
I think going into this game, we were all kind of expecting more of a pitcher's duel, defensive clinic, but we're seeing the bats show up for both teams.
.30 is the count to the pitcher, Nina Brewster. Nina was a starter at second base as a high school freshman this year. Takes that for strike 1. She's also a golfer, a Rory McIlroy fan. Her twin sister is Kelsey, who is also on this team. Out in front of that pitch for strike 2.
I mentioned before Zavala's changeup. That would be my go-to pitch in this moment, especially after Beebe just squared up a ball. I would start to really change speeds if I were Zavala.
There it is again, over to third base. Throw across in time to make sure this is tied up after 4. 16 combined runs, 8 apiece for Pennsylvania and Texas. This one heating up.
From the bottom of the 4th to tie it up.
Pool B has its winner, the Michigan representatives of the Central, the defending champs. 4-0, just like Delaware. That was last year's championship game. Winner of Canada, Czechia will take second in that pool. And you do want to play for seeding here. You don't have to go through Michigan right out of the gates, or Delaware for that matter.
Especially not after the amount of runs that Michigan has been able to put up. Definitely matters where you're seated in this tournament.
You can watch that game at 8 Eastern on ESPN+. We have one more game as well. It was scheduled for 8 Eastern, but we are already past that time as far as the turnaround time. So for Pennsylvania and Brazil, likely going to start 35 to 45 minutes after the conclusion of this one here. The quarterfinals start tomorrow, 11 o'clock. Joel and Riley will have the first two games at 11 and 2. We'll come in at 5 and 8. Then two semis on Saturday and the championship. .3-0 is the count to Gloria Emiliano, who leads off this fifth inning. All 8 runs for Texas were scored in the first 2 frames. That is strike one. Emiliano will have to grab her bat and come back. You've been there, right?
And you can just tell that she's a little bit shocked by this call. I've definitely been in this same scenario where you're thinking it's a ball all the way. Look at her frozen right there. She froze on her way to first base in shock. And now we've got a full count. Freeze, Ray.
That was a good reaction. Now she's in a full count situation. Nina Brewster, last 2 innings, 1, 2, 3 in the third, hit by pitch and a runner reaching on an error in the fourth. That's caught by Beebe. Another one retired for Brewster.
And you have to give credit to Nina Brewster and what she's been able to do since that second inning, like you mentioned, just shutting down these Texas hitters, which for the first 2 innings felt unstoppable. And all of a sudden, Nina Brewster has turned it on.
Emma Trevino, the 14-year-old at the plate, nickname is Emma Goose. Spins this one to the shortstop, Beebe, and that gets away. Trevino headed to second.
We've seen this a lot this game. Balls that are just not hit very hard have very strange spin on them. This time it's off the bat of Trevino to Beebe at shortstop. She tries to speed up, but you can see she's out on her front foot on that throw, which causes her to miss low.
Off the end of the bat for Nuncio. Maya Nuncio, the left fielder, 15 years old. It's a Texas team that, in large part, can return next year and could be right back in this spot with a lot of experience under their belts. They'd love to have the experience of a win in pool play and potentially put themselves in the elimination rounds tomorrow. Nuncio is 0 for 1 with a pop out and a walk. Also came around to score. Every runner in the, or every batter in the lineup for Texas has reached base in some way or another.
And that's exactly why you see 8 runs put up on the board. It's production 1 through 9. And then on the flip side, you can say the same for Pennsylvania. They have just been battling back and forth.
Pitch is high and gets away, allowing Trevino to reach third base now.
This is a big opportunity here for Texas, especially after Pennsylvania's bats are continuing to be hot throughout this game. Texas needs to put one on the board.
Driven to right field, caught on the run. Trevino was not originally back. She had kind of gone forward because it was a line drive, and so unable to tag up on the play.
And the rule at third base, anytime the ball is put up in the air with less than 2 outs, you always go straight back to the bag no matter where it is. That way, just in case, if you need to tag, you can. And if they drop it, you're 60 feet away from scoring. No harm, no foul.
See if Texas can still get that runner in. Gianna Amadis, 1 for 2, an RBI double to her name. She is a Miami Hurricanes fan. That was interesting, being in San Antonio, Texas. Popped up on the infield. Pennsylvania might get out of this. They will. Brewster handles it. 3 scoreless innings in a row for Nina Brewster, and Pennsylvania can jump in front when we come back. Hey, beautiful Bethany Beach. You've talked about the ocean not far from here, about 25-minute drive to the coast. It's one of the great spots to see out here during the Senior League Softball World Series. And we don't have the early games tomorrow, so I think I might just
take a stroll along the beach.
I think so. I feel like you can't be near the ocean and not at least go see it.
I agree.
Pennsylvania coming up and an opportunity to take their first lead in this game. Scored 3 runs in the 4th to tie it and had the go-ahead run on third base. 5, 6, 7 coming up. Kara Dugan, Abby Bender, Molly O'Grady. This is roped into left field. Looping line drive for Dugan.
And Pennsylvania, what they've done really well is they've gotten better as this game has gone on. Texas scored their runs in the first 2 innings, but Pennsylvania, it's been slow and steady for them. Kara Dugan getting this one low and away, but does a good job of getting her bat out there and pokes this one in for a leadoff single.
Bounces in, Dugan's gonna take second. Is Abby Bender. Drilled one to the left field wall for a 2-run double back in the first inning. Zavala just wanted to ditch the sunglasses that I think she had, so that was what that brief pause was. Don't forget those up there. That was an interesting. I don't know about that spot to hold those.
I would not remember that those are up there after the game.
I just didn't see anything else up there with them, which is concerning. Just put your car keys with whatever you want to make sure you don't forget. You're not going anywhere without those, so. Into shallow left center, that'll drop, a base hit, the runner trying to go to third, the throw, she is safe, slid in underneath Cuellar's tag.
Both of these teams have been extremely aggressive on the base paths. This is a bit of a bold move coming off of second base. This is blooped off the bat of Bender. And then Dugan going in, sliding hard. She slid so hard, the base came out of its spot.
Tony Puente came out to chat with his infield. I also think Pennsylvania might be making a change below us.
Number 53, Alex Dugan is now batting.
The change is going to be a pinch hitter. Instead of Molly O'Grady, it'll be Alex Dugan. Younger sister of Kara, who is standing on third base, and there's also going to be a pitching change for Texas. Lexi Gonzalez enters the circle when we come back. 2 on and nobody out. Lexi Gonzalez enters the circle for Tori Zavala. Gonzalez, the oldest of 3. Her younger sister, Audrina, is also on this team, also has a younger brother, Jake.
And she's gonna mix a fastball, a screw, and a changeup. And I think that changeup is gonna be a game changer for Texas. We saw it a few times out of the hand of Zavala. And if she can locate that, she might be in business.
Ball 1 low. First batter she faces is a pinch hitter, Alex Dugan. Youngest player on the team is Dugan. It is low. 2-0 is the count. Second and third for the bottom 3 in the order for Pennsylvania. Strike 1 in the 3-0 count. Obviously don't want to give up a free pass here, but you do have an open base. We'll give you forces at every bag in a bases loaded situation if she were to reach. 3-1, swinging, and base hit up the middle. It's gonna score 2 runs. Dugan comes through as the pinch hitter and advances to second.
The youngest player on this team, but they said she is incredibly clutch, and she showed that right here. Gets this pitch belt high and sends it right back up the middle to give Pennsylvania the 2-run lead.
Nia Harrington now. There's still nobody out in the inning. Straight back, strike 1 on the bunt attempt from Harrington. Single and a walk, she scored twice. Ali Kosinski in the 9 spot reached on a fielder's choice and scored. Just everyone putting the ball in play, challenging this Texas defense.
For both sides, I just counted between every batter, only 3 strikeouts total. Everybody is putting the ball in play today.
Pennsylvania has made 3 errors defensively. Texas has made 1. Pennsylvania's out-hit Texas 11-7. It's a 2-run lead for them. And that is ball 4. Runners now on first and second, still nobody out.
And Harrington has been on base all 3 times today, and she's a dangerous base runner. We've seen her before. She creates chaos out there. She pushes the limits of her leads as well.
Ali Kaczynski showing bunt, pulls back ball 1. Shows bunt right out in front. The play is made by Gonzalez. Runners advance to second and third.
And Kaczynski just doing her job, understanding her role in that situation. Perfectly executed sacrifice bunt, and now moves both runners into scoring position for the top of the lineup.
Jocelyn Jordan rips this to center field. It is down, and it's going to be extra bases. 2 more runs will score. Jordan has another double. 2 doubles, a triple, and a single. She's a home run shy of the cycle in this game.
And that time, it's off a changeup, too. She has just hit everything they've thrown her way. Watch her body language. You see how she forces weight on the inside part of her leg there, keeps her hands back and stays through that changeup. Beautiful piece of hitting in a big-time situation for Jocelyn Jordan.
One out in the inning. Runner on second base. Josie Mahokey at the dish. Takes ball 1. Down and away, ball 2. (3-0). And the runner going on the throw back to the pitcher. Jordan saw something she liked and caught Texas off guard.
These Pennsylvania base runners are crafty. She waits for the throwback and then takes off, takes her advantage. And now, as Josie Mahokey draws a walk, she's actually gonna head towards second base.
Jordan in a rundown between third and home, and she is tagged out between the bases. I thought Jordan might just be going back to third. She drew the throw, and it looked like she was just going to go back to third.
And so Mahokey drew the throw originally to second base, but then Jordan just being almost a little bit too bold over there on third base, gets caught in a rundown, and a good defensive play by Texas.
Bounced in. Mahokey is at second base. Beebe in the air to center. Nuncio makes the catch. And Texas is coming up in the top of the 6th inning. Need to get back on the board. All 8 of those runs scored in the first 2. Now they're down by 4 going to the 6th. This is why it's so big for Texas. With a win and a Brazil win over Pennsylvania tonight, they advance to tomorrow. But the one thing they have to do is win this game. Pennsylvania wins, and they are on to tomorrow no matter what the result of tonight's game against Brazil is. That throw gets away. It's a base hit to lead things off. Top of the order here, Ava Loera leads off with a single. She has reached every time she's come to the plate.
And we've seen this Texas offense be able to put big numbers up at a time. So being down by 4 runs doesn't seem like that big of a deficit for them.
Mesa spins one up in front of home plate and is retired, but they do sacrifice a run into scoring position.
And a bit of an interesting decision to sack there, knowing that you are down by 4 runs. Moves the base runner into scoring position, but it does cost you an out, which are limited in this game.
Ellie Cuellar at the plate. Need another big swing like she had in the second with that 3 RBI double. Watches that for strike 1 and a 1-1 count. Falls behind 1-2 now. It's been an excellent bounce back from Nina Brewster in the circle for Pennsylvania. Gave up 8 runs. Only 5 of them were earned, all of them in the first 2 innings. But since then, 3 1/3, only 1 hit in that time span.
Now, she's been absolutely lights out. And it just goes to show as a pitcher that you can make adjustments in the circle too. We talk a lot about batters making adjustments as games go on, but pitchers can do the same thing. They can adjust their game plan, make some mental adjustments, and get better as the game goes on.
Popped up on the infield, Beebe. 2 outs. Maddie Puente, last chance here in the 6th. Strike two. Brewster pounding the strike zone right now and ahead 1-2.
Really good spot there, especially low and in right at the knees. Might try to expand the zone up now with this pitch.
They do. And Puente not biting. And now back down.
I would go back down or off speed.
Fouled it straight back.
You give the batter back-to-back looks at your rise ball, give them a second chance to get their timing, versus you may throw the ball the same miles per hour, but putting it up versus putting it down, up is going to feel faster. So putting it down just kind of changes the eye level a little bit.
Puente battling. Sanchez on deck. Texas needs to keep this inning going. They have had big innings. 3 runs in the first, 5 in the second. The clock is ticking, just 4 outs to work with. Popped up on the infield. Coming way in to make the catch is Kaczynski. Nina Brewster keeps on rolling. Just 1 hit since the 3rd inning began. Little League and ESPN are proud members of the Aspen Institute's Project Play 63 by 30, which is focused on getting 63% of kids playing sports by 2030. Learn more about what Little League is doing to get kids on the field and all about the ESPN Take Back Sports Initiative by visiting littleleague.org/Project Play. First pitch fouled down the left field line. This is Nina Brewster, who has been just exceptional since the start of the 3rd inning in the circle. Just the 1 hit allowed in 4 innings pitched. Lets that one dip below the zone for ball 1. It was 8-3, Texas leading. Going to the bottom of the 2nd. Pennsylvania got 2 back that inning. No one scored in the 3rd, and then Pennsylvania plated 7 runs between the 4th and 5th. Off speed, drops in for strike 3. Dirty pitch from Gonzalez.
And they said this is her best pitch. You can see it crosses high, but then drops back into the strike zone. So much movement on that pitch. Very deceptive for a strikeout.
One 0 is the count to Kara Dugan. Singled and scored, has walked and scored in this game as well.
If I were Gonzalez, I'd really start to utilize that changeup at least once or twice in every at-bat. And honestly, I'm not sure if I really care what count it is either. She's done a good job of pounding the zone with it. It's really deceptive, has a lot of movement.
It is lined up the middle for a base hit by Kara Dugan, who has reached for the third time in this game.
Kara Dugan swinging a hot bat in the middle of this lineup. She's gonna get this fastball down in the zone, drops her barrel to it. Look at how down in her legs she is as well. Stays down there and drives it for a base hit.
Ball one inside to Abby Bender. 15-year-old from Jamestown, Pennsylvania. Jamie Jordan said she is the loudest player on this team, full of energy. Feels like a rarity that Pennsylvania hasn't ran. Like every time somebody's on first with an empty base in front of them, they have gone.
Well, and too, with how many changeups Gonzalez throws, if you can find a way to run at the same time as a changeup, you're more likely to be safe. Maybe pick the changeup, read the changeup down, give you an advantage as a base runner.
Throw down to try to keep her honest. Two count for Bender. Bounced in and kept in front by Loera.
As a base runner, if you can read that out of the hand, read the spin, something about the pitcher's body language, and pick up that it's going to be a changeup, especially a low one, that's a really tough play as a catcher because that ball's already slower.
Off the handle, foul ball. Ball four, great at bat by Bender, who has now reached 3 times.
Back-to-back, really good at bats here at the middle of the lineup for Pennsylvania. Really starting to string things along later in this game.
Molly O'Grady back at the plate. Got pinch hit for last time by Alex Dugan, who actually came through, but O'Grady had a hit in the game too earlier. Takes strike one. He's down the bunt out in front to advance both runners. There's 2 outs.
Well executed sacrifice bunt. We've seen this a lot today. Just fundamental softball. Playing small ball a little bit, putting people 60 feet further closer to home plate. Good execution by Molly O'Grady.
First pitch swinging by the lefty Nia Harrington, who has walked twice and had a single. She has scored all 3 times. Reaches out, touches this one into left field. 1 run scores, another one coming around, and she is safe as well. 14-8 Pennsylvania. Just kind of tapped that out into left field.
And again, perfectly placed. There's been a few balls hit hard today, but a lot of them are just in the right spot at the right time. This ball way outside for Harrington, but just drops it in no man's land. And then very aggressive base running as well. And everybody's fired up for Pennsylvania.
Jamie Jordan has to be really happy with the response from her team after getting down big early on. Very composed from a young team overall. She said, honestly, felt like a different kid was the star every game en route to this Senior League Softball World Series. When you look at what this team has done today, specifically the bottom 5 in the order. Now, Jocelyn Jordan's been excellent at the top, but the rest of their production has really come 5 through 9. It is caught behind the plate for out number 3. Texas needs one of those big innings that we saw early in this game, down 6 as we go to the 7th. Texas needs to mount a very big rally in the 7th to keep their hopes alive of advancing to tomorrow. It wouldn't just be a win. They would need a win, and they would need Brazil to beat this same Pennsylvania team about 45 minutes after the conclusion of this game. In the air, shallow center field. That is the way to start it off. A base hit for Maddie Sanchez.
And down by this much, every at-bat, every out matters. So Sanchez doing just enough to get herself on base. And now the goal for Texas is, can we pass the bat down? Can we find a way to get on base any way we can? Whether that's a hit by pitch, a walk, a base hit.
This Texas team trailed by 2 with 2 outs in the 7th of the region final, and 1 on a walk-off over the Texas team from the east part of the state. Scored 4 runs in the bottom of the 7th to do it. They will need even more to do it here, but they've been in this spot before with advancement on the line. Popped up and out of play. 1-2 count for Gloria Emiliano.
And sometimes in situations like this, it's beneficial to shorten your swing, almost go to a two-strike approach from the beginning of the at-bat, knowing that it's going to take more than just one big swing.
Strike 3 and out number 1 for Brewster. Pennsylvania advances with a win in this game or a win over Brazil right after this game. 1 away, 1 on for Emma Trevino. Texas group that at the core group of this team started playing together at Northwest Little League in the spring of 2022. Some have played together even longer, but manager Tony Puente said they actually really helped revive and rebuild this Little League program starting that year, including helping convert a baseball field into what is now their current softball field. Another 1-2 pitch coming. Just 3 strikeouts for Texas in the game. Brewster trying to go back-to-back, though. Another foul ball. Out into left field and caught on the run. Runner's got to hustle back to first base. And there's 2 outs. It's a nice grab by Tessa Seeley.
Really good job there by Tessa Seeley on the run. Kind of a low line drive too. Had to go to a backhand, but secures it. And now Pennsylvania just 1 out away. Take a look here. This ball is hit fairly hard, but Seeley coming in. Look at her bending her knees, getting her glove down below that, and the backhand. Big time play and a big time moment.
Last chance for Texas to keep it going. I think that we're just checking over at first base. Maddie Sanchez might have got some dirt in her eye when she dove back in to the bag. Pennsylvania is moving on with a win. Popped up, this could do it. Called off on the infield by Kaczynski, and Pennsylvania with a come-from-behind victory in which they trailed 8-3 early in this game, but they get the job done with a 14-8 victory.
And not only did the Pennsylvania offense really step up, but Nina Brewster, after those first few innings, she was absolutely lights out. Shut down this Texas offense that had put up 8 runs in the first 2 innings. Nina Brewster really found her groove late in this game.
5 scoreless frames after those 8 runs in the first 2. Pennsylvania moving on. Texas Their run has come to an end, but what a year it has been for Northwest Little League out of San Antonio, representing the Southwest region this year, and a team that could very well be back because most of those players can return next year. The top teams are set too. It was last year's championship. Delaware and Michigan looking like they are poised to meet again when it matters most. Texas got off to a great start. It's a gritty, scrappy Pennsylvania team with a come-from-behind victory to secure their spot and move on. So this next game against Brazil, it is for seeding to make that path a little bit easier to get to the championship on Sunday. For Ali Shipman and our entire crew, I'm Chucky Kemp. We'll take a break, and we'll be back likely around 8:45.